Hello, adventurer. Welcome to the Arcane Ward, a library of stories and adventures of those who came before. Here we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this tale named Ashes to Embers. An exciting narrative of danger, adventure, and humor the likes of which you have never seen before. We thank you, and we hope you enjoy.
Let's go ahead and hop into tonight's episode of Ashes to Embers. Previously on Ashes to Embers, our party was able to traverse their way out of a very intense situation with Rumtooth and their band of sky pirates. After hoodwinking them in quite a spectacular way, our party made their way to the capital city of Babylon, where several things began to unfold. First, we met the different heralds that make their abode there and are the current leadership of the city of Babylon. We also met Cicero Corinth, the current monarch of the city of Babylon, and the king who established everything. We also met Ophelia L'Oreal, the current herald of entertainment, and the founder of the Games of Babylon. We also met, Min specifically met, the Herald of Lore himself. Pull up his name real quick, because it was a difficult name for me to pronounce.
Joseph.
Was Gandaicus Well.
Bless you.
Min then conversed with the Herald of Lore in the Library of Babylon and discovered several interesting secrets found within. Delving into the history of the deities and the Ashen Concordant itself, a secret room was discovered, and a hacking of a teleportation circle brought them there, during the which they were able to discover several key pieces of information about the three deities, the Dreamweaver, Aramag, and Fortooth. Each one of them receiving a little bit more information about what they are. Additionally, a torn manuscript from a very old tome was discovered, written in a language lost to time and brought forth by the power of arcane magic, the language of Desperian. And a conversation between two individuals was discovered. Individuals of an evil nature, thus proving with a concrete amount of information that yes, here in the world of Sinis, the deities are hiding some evil, or information about this evil forces.
I don't remember this.
It was information that I found.
Oh.
It wasn't explicitly said, but there were individuals conspiring against against order, and there are a few addendums that were added to the Ashen Concordant that seem to allow a level of interaction between specific deity and the world and humanity, despite rule number 1 of the Ashen Concordant being that the deities cannot interfere directly with humanity.
As long as I didn't have a stroke and somehow lost my memory.
No, you're good. It was during the 20-minute library run.
Okay.
Additionally, Sauvage de la Guinde was inducted into the bishopry, called as the first battle bishop of the Church of Ash, and given an amulet to help protect in the ways to come. Additionally, he was given a piece of information about a cleric who used to work at each one of the cathedrals that have been destroyed. There was a brief moment where Sauvage vaguely remembered that someone in the party mentioned their name. Sif. It sounded so familiar, but then again, it might have been that kind of a passing thing. After which our party converged back together to make their way to the ball or gala that was held in their honor, during the which Clayton's parents arrived and caused quite a commotion. However, Clayton's newfound friends immediately stepped in to put his father in his place, summoning forth a blaring sign that was screaming out trash and an arrow pointing towards him. The party was very much in favor of the Ashen Avengers. Then proceeded a very boisterous dancing episode as Elevated took Min on a dance for the ages, bringing forth such fluid motions of an ancient dance lost to time. And Ophelia L'Oreal and Captain Lazar sang, dancing together, causing quite a commotion. After which, Captain Lazar may have unmodestly been talking up him and his friends, saying that they could probably take Devon Toriel, the current Herald of Order, in a duel to enter into the games of Babylon. Without skipping a beat, Ophelia L'Oreal announced the challenge, and there, in the middle of the ballroom, our party did battle. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, our party swiftly defeated Devon Toriel and his band of guards of order. Cheering erupts around the room. And that is where we will pick up.
Is anyone talking that out here?
No, we were just we were not. Everybody was placing their minis down at the very center. Around you, the carpet that is beneath your feet is scorched. Patches of melted, wool in different places. Everything smells of smoke.
Wool
Everybody. That's fair. That's true.
That's polyester.
Polyester. Polyester. I was thinking polyester. I said wool for some reason.
Because this is a fantasy world where polyester doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I found shark.
You found the shark. You gotta come back here.
I found shark. I found shark.
Doesn't count.
I found
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
You've already found
shark.
it.
Shark is a shark, right?
I never found
King
First
Shark
thing-
is a shark.
First thing that you guys notice as everybody is cheering, clapping, raucous cheers echoing around the table as Devon Toriel is like being like propped up by the doctors. The clerics are currently healing them.
Freaking deserved it.
He sits up, kind of puts his hand to his chest, makes eye contact with you, Lazar, and gives you a nod. Like a nod of like, we're not friends,
But respect.
but I respect your abilities. As this nod is recognized around the chamber, it just erupts in higher like amounts of just screams and applause as like around you actually hear the entire city begins to shake with the cheers as like almost the entire city of Babylon was awoken to this broadcast of an impromptu game of the Babylonian games, and everyone has never seen such a feat before as you are all like cheered as champions of the city. Lazar, as you kind of are looking around, you could have sworn Ellie was right beside you at the moment. But as you turn around, she's nowhere to be seen. Virian, Min, Savage, and Clayton. Who's Ellie?
Oh, Captain, not this again.
What?
Can I read my other book now?
Sure.
Just gonna let
The secret one that I took from the library.
Yes.
in public in the middle of this courtroom.
I just burned up 5 people. I think I'm entitled to just kind of stand here and read a book.
I mean, the logic checks out, but to be fair, she did invite you to burn those 5 people.
That's true. And luckily the clerics were prepared for another fireball of roasting everyone alive.
Yeah, and then the
It's actually just a clerical instinct we all have, believe it or not. We are trained to always expect fireball. Always.
Oh,
Hey, Caleb.
is that just part of the thing that come up from your vows of celibacy?
When in doubt, fireball.
Fair. Caleb.
Whoa.
Yes.
Lighting. Do I see an engineer nearby? Like a high-end, like one of the nobles that probably are like over the engineering, or like the, I don't know what they call it, artificeries.
Go ahead and roll me perception real quick. So Min, as you're kind of like sitting there and you pull out this book that you found, are you going to go to like a secluded place to read it, or are you just going to start reading it at the very center of the
Could I read it
hall?
while receding into my turtle shell?
Yeah, sure. All of a sudden, Min kind of just gets like, as people are cheering around and like the crowd begins to like rush in to kind of hoist you all on their shoulders and parade you around the throne room, Min, you just kind of like pull into your turtle shell, and you like put up a little mage light and you open up this book. At the very beginning of the book, on like literally the back of the leather cover, you see written, "This is my grimoire. I compiled this list of spell books and incantations during my mortal journey on this life before I passed on into an immortal journey."
I was going to say that it implies that there is a transition to immortality.
I leave this grimoire to the world to help guide the new generation of wizards.
You didn't do a very good job in the secret library.
To him or her that finds this book, I bid you remember that all things have a beginning and an end, and to remember the moniker Sic nos ides, from us, thus to them. And at the bottom of the page, it is signed Morpheus Curtin.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Ooh,
Hold, what the?
let's
What the?
go! The boy, the man, the myth. Quite literally the legend. Oh my gosh.
Did I miss something? Who is that?
It's from a previous campaign.
Oh
That's
man,
God.
oh man, oh man.
That is God right there.
100%.
Now his
Oh
grimoire is
God.
mine.
So, does this mean another turtle might make an appearance? Or
Portal god.
Does that mean
Well,
that there's
at this
there's
point-
an enterprising goblin with a space program somewhere?
wait a minute, this is a. I think this is all coming together.
Directly
This is a
after
prelude, isn't it?
the
Moving on.
signature.
This
Sorry,
is a
one
prelude.
Okay. Directly after the signature, you see kind of notes and jots and other signatures that follow. There are 10 other signatures in below Morpheus Kern's signature. And you get the sense that each one of them, Morpheus Kern's signature is the most, the oldest. It is well worn. The ink is kind of fading partially. And then each one of the progressive signatures gets less and less faded to the most recent one. The most recent one is by Tobias. Tobias' last name. Tobias Tor. And so you kind of as you're kind of reading through these names, you get the sense that these are the previous owners of this grimoire that have been over the past however long. Most of these names on it that you have never recognized before. And so you don't know how old this book is, but as you kind of are reading it, it feels like an old book. There's a lot of different magical enchantments that you could learn. Additionally, and this is the thing that baffles you as you kind of begins to flip through the pages, you see spells of a clerical nature that are written in this book. Specifically, spells that let you commune with a deity.
Not very far off from a clerical spell. Or rather,
warlock spell.
clerical abilities.
But yeah, so as you are beginning to kind of read it and stuff, you get the sense that this book has the ability to be attuned to. And there are some sort of magical benefits from becoming attuned to this grimoire.
Definitely attuned to it. Definitely attuned to this book.
Well, I can do that.
So, what are the other names on this book?
Yeah. What are the other names on the book?
So it
Yes.
Okay, so it goes through 3 generations. As you kind of look at them, they all have, several of them have their individual last names, and so the directly after Morpheus Kern, it goes 3. and they are all also the last name Kern, and it is Zacharias.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Caleb.
Zacharias and who?
Zacharias and who?
Who? Who is it?
Oh, I totally muted myself. I'm so sorry. I hit a button on my mic.
I thought we were having more technical difficulties.
No.
I heard a click, and then I see the hand going, and I'm like, well, crap.
Okay. What were the names that you heard?
Zacharias.
Zacharias, and that's it.
So Zacharias Kern, Zoriel Kern, and then Ophelia Kern. Then the next three, last name, blah 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 blah. Orion.
Last name Ryan. First name
Orion. Last name Orion.
No, Orion.
Oh my gosh.
You okay over there?
Well, Ophelia Kern, right freaking there.
No, that's Ophelia L'Oreal.
Yeah, you can tell me all you want. That's freaking Ophelia Kern.
So it kind of goes through a list of it kind of repeats itself again. It goes Zachariah, Orion, Zoriel, Orion, and then Ophelia, Orion, and then it falls into the last names
Tobias Toriel.
Yeah, Tobias Tor. So it's like Zacharias Tor, Zoriel Tor, and then Tobias Tor was the last name.
Maybe it's a reincarnation sort of deal.
So you're saying I'm the new reincarnation of God?
You can believe whatever you want to believe.
That is quite the ego boost.
You have no idea who Morpheus Kern is.
No, if Min thought he was God, he would have thought that back when he tried to grab fire, if he were to have succeeded at grabbing fire.
No, that's fair.
He just does it, kind of like looks at his hands, just, maybe I am God.
One of my old characters kind of became a god. He still got hacked and slashed quite a bit.
But yeah, so you are reading this and stuff, and as you kind of, if you choose to attune to this, this is called the Grimoire Infinitus.
Not the Ogma Infinium?
What?
The Ogma Infinium?
I don't think so. It's in D&D Beyond. It's a legendary artifact.
Oh.
Okay, then you definitely wanted to attune to this. Watch it be cursed.
Grimoire Infinius. Yeah, there it is. And it's for a wizard. It's perfect. Alright. Dormant. Most of the book is blank, but the following spells are recorded in the first pages of the tome. I'm not even going to try reading all of those.
In the slight difference is that the spell book already has all the spells, including up to level 9.
So it's the exalted one.
It is not necessarily exalted yet. It is still technically in its dormant state. It just has all the spells.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it very close to my person and start attuning to it. But I'm not gonna sit in my turtle shell for an hour. I'm just gonna keep it real close.
You stick your head out.
Sorry, I was just saying. I feel like I just watched the D&D version of Storage Wars, and he just found this legendary artifact. And he's like, "This is such a rare find."
I'll give you $5 for it. Let me ask my expert on ancient tomes.
If I put this up for auction, I could probably get $2 out of it.
99 cents. Take it or leave it.
You don't understand. I have to make a profit off of this somehow. All right.
Somehow. So Min, as you kind of come out of your turtle shell, like kind of a little bit dumbfounded that you have something like of this like powerful magnitude, you are currently being carried by this crowd of people around, like you, Virian, Captain Lazar, Clayton, and Savage are all being like carried on the shoulders of this crowd of people around just the edge of this this throne room as people are applauding and clapping. Captain Lazar, you make eye contact with Ophelia, and she kind of gives you like a sly smile. Cicero Corinth, as you kind of look up to the dais, Cicero Corinth is gone. You probably need to hop back in, my dude.
Probably just taking a bathroom break. You know, after we embarrassed him. What was that? Who said that?
Did we embarrass Cicero Corinth?
No.
Okay.
And currently the only two people that actually, what is everybody's passive perception real quick?
Well, that is a good question.
16.
11. I have the investigation, not the perception.
Passive perception is 21.
Mine's 11.
Hey, so mine.
Actually, so the only two people that notice that Cicero Corinth is currently like gone from the throne room, or like from the dais. Savage and Clayton, you two are the ones that noticed.
What was Clayton's passive?
16.
Then in that case, I'm gonna kind of like tap, be tapping on some of the people that are underneath me. I give them a hard look, being half orc and all. It's just like I can give somebody a look and be like, all right, bugger off, let me down. And I'm gonna start kind of doing some investigation of what's kind of going on. I'm also going to, I rolled a 21 when I did the perception check earlier, when you asked me about like looking around for an engineer, artificer dude.
Yeah.
Did I see one?
Yeah, there is current there's a couple of like the more like well-to-do engineers or artificers of the city that have like arrived here to be a part of this party.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna flag one of them down, and I'm gonna use them as a distraction for me to kind of like take a look and investigate the room of like, where did Cicero Corinth go? Can I find him? And then also to kind of see like, does anything look suspicious with him like being gone? Are there other people acting funny? But I'm gonna also at the same time, while I'm like actually investigating, I'm gonna give him some orders for an invention.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception real quick. Captain Savage, you also noticed that Cicero Corinth is gone. What do you do?
Was it a perception or an investigation? Sorry.
Perception. And then if you could mute yourself while you're not talking, we can just hear someone talking in your background.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Zane.
Savage, what are you doing?
So, really quick, since I had to leave a little early last time, was he just watching? Was he rooting? For any particular? Did he seem? Did he seem off, or did he seem kind of just content to watch the spectacle overall?
You got this. As you were kind of watching, you got the sense that he was interested in the proceedings to see what you guys could do and what you guys were capable of. He was not rooting for or against you. And you get the sense that like he was like towards the end of the battle, you saw that he was impressed with what you guys were like able to do and stuff.
Okay. Because, I don't openly vocalize it, I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him. And while I can
openly vocalize it.
Okay. Well, I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him, but I will vocalize that to the party and to the party only. None of these random excited people that are hosting us at the moment. That being said, I would like to just kind of see if there's anything else that I can notice about the behavior of anyone else in the room. I know that there's a lot going on, but if he suddenly had to leave and it seems that there's something else going on that could potentially either put us in danger or something that we would need to take notice of, I would like to be aware of that. For sure. His disappearance has put me on edge. It makes me uncomfortable because I don't see it as being normal.
You also do, like, Cicero Corinth is a bit extravagant when it comes to these parties. He does tend to disappear and reappear in dramatic bursts and stuff. So this isn't necessarily like odd behavior for Cicero Corinth, but additionally, like, it is peculiar that he he vanishes like without anybody noticing so often. Clayton, what did you roll for your perception check?
16.
All right, with a 16. The other thing that you noticed, as you're kind of glancing around, you're kind of running through everything. Something does catch your eye, and it kind of strikes you as a bit odd as you kind of begin to connect the dots. You see your mother standing by herself towards like the edge of the room, with your father nowhere in sight.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note that I want to go and try to talk to her with her alone, because like I had an okay relationship with my mother, even though she was trying to just placate and like be the kind of a passive peacekeeper, which is really strange for an orc. But she's still mom, I guess. But like I don't necessarily trust her because my father will manipulate her.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the things that I like have done on my own, like I don't necessarily reveal to her, but like when she's alone, I'll like talk to her to try to get information about my father. So I'm gonna make note of going over there for my lists and information that I'm giving to the engineer. I am, because of the way my father is, I am very, very like careful with collecting materials. I never give it in. I never make lists. It's all verbal, and I always ask for things that I don't actually need, and I ask for things that I do need in larger quantities. So then that way, no one ever can like guess what my measurements or what materials are actually needed.
Go ahead.
I'm very specific.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a deception check with advantage.
Caleb, did you see those rolls?
I have not. What did you roll?
Rolled a 6 and a 2.
Oof.
I mean, in all reality, like, I'm not trying to deceive him. I'm like literally I'm like giving him just false information with correct information. And so like I'm just being like, yeah, I'm gonna need this. Oh, I'm gonna need this. And like I always give more, like I need more than what I actually need. And it's like, yeah, no, I do want you to give me 10, even though in my head I only need 4.
Okay. With that in mind, like you get the sense like you've been doing this for a long time. You know that your father and many other people have been trying to like ascertain a lot of different things about your work and your like ability to create these weapons that other people would use for like mass destruction, but you use for the forces of good. So you have gone through the rigorous training of yourself to be able to hide your tracks and do it this way. So it is going to be a lot more difficult for someone who is attempting, like actively trying to ascertain how you're building something to be able to do so. But at the same time, with those roles, people that actually go in to look, it will be pretty blatantly obvious that you are covering your track.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Okay. All right. So as you kind of get that all set up with one of the head artificers to begin to run errands to grab this stuff for you, Savage kind of turns to the rest of the party and he kind of quickly lets you guys know that Cicero Corinth has vanished.
Vanished. Return.
I want to go find him.
Okay.
I go with the captain.
Okay, go ahead and roll me investigation real quick.
Do we have advantage since we're both going?
Actually, investigation or persuasion. I will let you choose as you are.
Persuasion.
I have a +7 to investigation.
I have a +8 to persuasion.
I will let the extrovert talk.
Hey.
Nat 20.
Crit, hot dang. All right.
Hell yeah.
So,
We just let the extrovert do their thing.
Captain, as you begin to kind of like wander around, you're going up to a lot of different people. You are talking with all sorts of like noble people, and you casually kind of slip into the conversation, like how like it's fantastic that Cicero Corinth is so talented that he can just kind of disappear from a party without anybody noticing. And most of the time when you're kind of like talking to the people, they're like, oh yeah, that's one of the fun things about Cicero Corinth. He's always like surprising people, giving these like ostentatious like openings and entrances, and then disappears without a second glance. It kind of adds to the mystique. But you actually, as you are kind of conversing around, there's one noble who's like, well, I saw him leave. I was watching him because I think it's fun to be able to pick out when Cicero Corinth leaves and be the only one in the room to know where he went.
Where?
As you kind of like continue to kind of converse with him, and you draw out this like, oh, that's so cool that you would notice such a thing, that you are so perceptive in the goings-ons of Cicero Corinth, that he does mention that he did slip behind the throne to a door back here, and he's like talking, and he's like, yeah, there are many secret passageways to the obsidian labyrinth, but I believe that is one of the entrances most well known to this room. to the obsidian labyrinth.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said that he slipped behind the throne, for a moment I just pictured him crouched behind the chair, hoping that saw him. But he's like to himself, he's like, "I'm so sneaky, I disappeared."
Honestly, if it was him, I would be picturing. What's the guy's name from Legend of Korra? Do the thing, Julie.
Just disappears.
Yeah, like that. Honestly, from here on out, that's the kind of persona that I would put on this guy.
Cicero Corinth.
Yeah, Cicero Corinth is. It's gonna bug me, but you guys know the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's doing the Batman. Guy. You do that, and he's just behind something. Makes it look like he disappeared.
A Batman.
I'm gonna gather anyone in the party that wants to come with me and say, "Okay, I'm gonna go find Cicero, who wants to come sneaking with me."
I'll go with you, Captain.
I'll go.
I will not.
Well, those who are coming with me, I cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh.
Nice. And
All right.
That will be fun.
I shall stay here and provide a distraction for the people.
All right.
Isn't that a
Okay.
plus 10 to stealth?
That is a plus 10 to stealth. All right. Savage, can you go ahead and describe, like, at this point in time, like, the crowd has, like, put you guys down. The cheering has kind of subsided. Like, the groups have kind of broken off again as they're kind of discussing. Instead of Hex, they are now discussing the Ashen Avengers and placing. You can see that money is being exchanged as bets are being placed on how you guys will be doing in the Babylonian games.
Mm-hmm.
Savage, can you go ahead and describe for us what you do to cause this distraction?
So after being placed down, I kind of smooth out my robes and just gather the people's attention. Say, thank you very much, everyone, for your support. We, as the Ashen Avengers, are so glad that you have all been here to witness this event. And now I speak to you, good people, not as an Avenger only, but as also a bishop. And I do believe it is time for you to heed the words of the church in this moment. And I begin to just go on the most I'm pulling this whole sermon just out of thin air, hoping that the people will be so enthralled with not only the events that have transpired just now, but are what are also happening, that they won't notice the rest of the party just kind of slip out the back.
All right. Go ahead and either roll me a religion check or a performance check, and you can do it with advantage.
All right. Let's see. Religion is plus that, or I'm sorry, what was it? Religion or what?
Performance.
Performance. All right. I have +3 to religion, so we're gonna do that. First one is not great. Second one, also worse. Okay, so I got a total of 7.
Wow.
Nailed it.
I'm going to assume that the people are just a little too excited at the moment.
He's
Didn't you say you had a plus
he's new
8?
to the whole religious thing.
No, I get a +3 to religion.
Oh.
You should have let me do it.
I rolled a nat 1 on the second go around.
He's still in his youth pastor phase. He's not quite good at keeping people's
I've been
attention.
bishop for less than 3 hours.
It takes time to get good
So
at the sermons.
Ophelia is going to she's gonna notice that you were doing this, and as you are kind of calling out, she's gonna wink at you and she's gonna give you a bardic inspiration. You have a D12 that you can add to the roll.
Appreciate it. It's really appreciated. We're gonna go ahead and do
One.
that real quick.
Rolls a 1.
Don't you dare!
Don't
I'm
dare
doing
what?
it for the memes. I'm doing it for the memes.
Okay, so I got an 8 on that.
Okay.
So for a total of
13.
Should be 15, right?
He rolled a
Yeah.
7. Oh yeah, you're right.
7
I can
plus 8
math.
would be 15.
I can math. It's been a long day. Okay.
Okay, I believe that is a 15. That is exactly what you needed.
Oh, thank you.
As like it is like slightly above youth pastor sermon as you are calling out to people and you're giving this dissertation on the Church of Ash and the falling of the ash and the importance of remembering the cycle of ash. From ash we have come, to ash we will return, and it is going to provide just enough cover for the rest of you. So Min, Virian, and Captain Lazar, you get to roll your stealth checks with advantage.
Can I already have advantage? Can I have just some other bonus, or is it just that everyone else gets advantage now?
We get a plus.
I would say that one more time.
We get a plus 10 from the pass without a trace.
That is correct.
also
Captain
already
Lazar, I'll
have
let you roll
advantage.
one more time.
Roll a third time?
Yeah.
I got a
Cool.
29 if I get that plus 10.
Oh boy.
I got to roll 3 times, and I think I had 2 2s and like a 4 or something.
But don't you have like a plus
14's
12 to
pretty good.
stealth?
What was my highest roll there, Caleb? I can only see my most recent one. It was a 4?
It was a 4.
Gosh.
This is
Okay,
going.
well,
But you have like a plus 10.
yeah, so that's going to be 25.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen here. So as they roll these stealth checks, and I watch them kind of just vanish in the background, I give this sermon with as much confidence as I can, hoping that they can't see that I'm sweating bullets.
All right. Virian, what did you roll?
Oh yeah,
You
32.
have advantage.
Yep, 32.
Oh, I didn't even roll with advantage for him. But yeah, okay. 32 will be plenty.
All right. Easily enough, you all are able to, as you are beginning to walk around and you're shaking people's hands, you're like, yes, yeah, of course, I think we're gonna retire for the evening. And as you are slowly talking with people, as the attention is being kind of diverted off, you all are able to slowly make your way behind the throne in the dais to this small little door cut out of the obsidian wall itself.
Locked?
As you can... What?
Is it locked?
It is locked.
Well then, time to
Hold
do
up.
my magic.
Your magic or my magic?
Well, not my literal magic. I was just gonna lockpick it.
Oh, well, I was too, but I was gonna use magic.
With what? Because I wouldn't want to use knock right now. Is there a different spell you were gonna use?
Hey, Caleb, keep going with their little storyline thing for a little bit. I'm not going to be able to talk for a couple minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
There is a spell, but because I'm not yet attuned to the grimoire, I can't use it right now.
Gotcha. Well, then I will go ahead and just try to lockpick it.
Okay. A moment before you start to insert your keys into it, you have kind of an immediate flashback to your last time here in Babylon.
And I check for traps first.
Go ahead and roll an investigation real quick.
I already grabbed 2 dice, so I'm taking whatever the first roll is. Which was a 9, plus investigation is a plus... Where's investigation?
Can I give him the help action?
That is, I will allow that, so go ahead and take that 14.
Okay, so 14, my investigation is a plus 0, so 14.
As you kind of
Yeah,
make
But
your...
typically checking for traps is perception.
Can
Oh,
I
okay.
add my plus 6? Because I have an investigation of plus 6.
I would allow that. As you kind of both kind of go along the edge of the door, and directly to the doorknob itself, you do notice that there's this very kind of like thin thread of not magical, but just like regular membrane tying the doorknob to like a very edge of the door frame. Easily enough, you guys are able to kind of slowly extricate this thread up and around to kind of loosen it from the effect alarm spell that had been attached to the side of the door frame. As you kind of begin to kind of dismantle this alarm, it's easily enough you're able to kind of dismantle it, and Captain Lazar, the door is ready for you to be lockpicked.
That is 24. No, 26.
You easily insert the lockpicks. In fact, you actually insert the infiltrator's key into the locks itself. You put in the proper tension, and as if it was a skeleton key itself, the infiltrator key turns in the lock, a click, and the door opens.
Oh, must have been a master lock.
Before I step in, I go, wait. And I pull out my hat that I took off for this party and put it back on. Okay, let's go.
As you guys step into the obsidian labyrinth, the door shuts behind you, and darkness envelops you.
How are we gonna find the shark? So I cast the cantrip light?
For sure. As you kind of cast the cantrip light, the light begins to bounce around the obsidian glass kind of mirror-like surface, and it does illuminate, but it is hard to tell direction, and it is hard to tell depth. As you begin to look around, and one of the reasons, and as you all kind of like sit there standing in this long black corridor with the light reflecting off of these glass-like mirror surfaces, the obsidian labyrinth is not deadly because of how hard it is to navigate it. The obsidian labyrinth is deadly because of how hard it is to see where you are in the obsidian labyrinth. Darkness, blackness consume everything around you. It is hard to tell which direction is up, left, right, where the walls are. This is
if
what...
he turned off his light cantrip, would my superior dark vision be able to see fine? Or is it like magical darkness? Or...
It's not even darkness. It is just the way that everything is the same shade of black. It is hard to tell where the walls start and the floor begins.
Gotcha. Well, I pull out my map.
As soon as you pull out the map, it begins to glow with a soft golden light as... Can you see this?
No, it's all black.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. Oh, no, yeah, no, it's all just black.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh.
As lines begin to crisscross the entirety of the obsidian labyrinth, beginning to outline the walls, the edges, every which way. As you begin to see,
really cool effect that with the
really
lens you
cool
can just see it all now. But before, yeah, it just looked totally just black blended with black.
So where are we exactly in here? Are we like?
You guys are currently right here. Yep.
Right here.
And it's only us three back here, right?
That is correct.
Perfect.
Technically right here, because this, my friend the boy does not see you currently.
Good boy.
All right. Now, real quick, hidden around this room, real quick, there is a shark.
You're freaking kidding me.
So on your mark, set, go.
It's inside the room.
It is inside the room.
Did you seriously find it already?
Levi, are you saying something?
Levi, it's not fair. You always find it. I found it. No.
Well, I mean, I found the very first one. I know, Ellie found the first one, I found the second one. And then Levi's found all of them.
Yes, I was saying that. This is actually only the second shark I found.
True.
Yeah, well, that's two more than me.
All right, that is a D10 of inspiration as you all are able to make it into the obsidian labyrinth. And as the map, now that's the trick of the map. The map is not a guide through the labyrinth. No, it is the guide to see through the labyrinth.
Do I feel a potion of Night-Eye would help me at all in this situation?
Not really.
Okay. So, since it's just the three of us, I highly suggest that we just stick to being stealthy boys and not engage anything.
All right. Well, with that, as you all kind of sneak into the obsidian labyrinth, how I'm going to run this is for every 60 feet of movement you take, you all have to make new stealth rolls. The passive perception of these iron golems, if they have line of sight on you, is 20. So you have to roll higher.
Pass without a trace last, Levi?
An hour, I believe.
Yeah, it's a while. Let me check.
Ooh. I also have the boots of elven kind helping.
I have a generic +0 to my stealth.
Additionally, this is going to be group stealth checks.
So if one fails, we all fail?
So no, if one, how it works is we take the average of all of you together. So actually, it's more of like
I have a calculator next to me, so
it's not even averages. It's who like if more of you succeed than fail, then the whole group passes.
Oh, I see. We're doing it that way. Yeah. And thankfully, we're an odd number, so that's easy.
It is.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your modifier to stealth right now, Levi?
I always succeed because the least I can get is a 22.
I mean, if you roll a 1, it's still a fail.
Not with skill checks.
Oh, that's only.
Yeah. If you can't crit with skill checks, then you can't automatically fail with them either.
Touche.
However, additionally, for every natural one that is rolled, the passive perception of the my boys goes up by 2.
Well, that's just stupid. But okay.
I think it's great.
We'll see.
All right. So with that, where would you guys like to go?
Caleb's playing good like mean and nice.
So I have 35 movement speed. Does that mean I get to go 70 feet before I have to reroll?
I would allow that, yeah.
First, I just want to look. Is there any clues suggesting where Cicero may have gone?
Roll me in if one of you guys want to roll me investigation.
I can roll investigation.
I have
Yeah,
plus
I'll
6 to my investigation.
I have a +7.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
That works.
That'd be a 17.
17 is good enough. You get the obsidian labyrinth. Nobody comes in here, not even to clean. So there is a faint dusting of. There actually not even a faint. Yeah, it is quite a heavy dusting of like ash covers the entire floor of the labyrinth, and you do see footprints beginning to lead this direction and then turn to the right.
Is this as dirty as a 16-year-old boy's bedroom after discovering online gaming?
It's true.
You said it came off this way and then went to the right?
Yes.
All right, well, off that direction I go then.
I would follow my captain.
As you begin to move down this way and you make it to this intersection, stealthy as you possibly can be, you arrive at the intersection, and directly to your left you see the faint glow of like arcane red eyes begin to boom, 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 as an iron golem is standing sentry there at the edge. As you begin to make your way around the corner. All right, everybody else, you are all, the rest of you are good to move your movement speed.
I can't tell distance, so I'll just follow town.
Okay.
I mean, we're not in initiative right now, so I mean,
But
like,
still,
so technically, how does this work?
So you can
Because I
move
just
60 feet, and then as soon as you move your 60 feet, or each square is 5 feet, and then we're gonna roll perception. We're gonna roll stealth checks for you guys.
Okay, well then that would be 60 for me right there on the corner. Not really digging that position.
no, but we just gotta beat the roll.
Okay. All right, everybody, go ahead and roll stealth checks for me.
Oh, we're good.
Do
24.
I have advantage, right? Because I have the
You do.
boot of every kind.
We have. Well, that and we have the plus 10. Oh wait, so I don't have advantage. I just have that plus.
You
10.
just have a regular roll.
Okay. Thankfully, my first roll was
30.
good.
Okay.
I had a 24.
Captain, I do need you to roll just to make sure you don't roll a natural 1. You would still pass, but it would count to raise the boys' passive perception.
Step out so you can hear me again. What did you say?
Go ahead and roll stealth check.
I got a 40.
Okay, freak. All right,
Beautiful.
easily enough, you all kind of creep around the corner. The walls, like black, cold to the touch, making your way, following this path of footprints left behind. Yes, Talon.
Do I get the impression that these things have ashen stones in them?
Yeah, you do. Yes.
So if a nat 1 increases their passive perception, does a nat 20 decrease it?
Did you roll a natural 20?
No, I got a natural 19, but I was just wondering.
Yes, it would.
Cool.
Noted.
All right. Okay. Someone now go ahead and have someone roll me a new investigation check as you kind of are beginning to follow the footprints again.
I'll give you the help action, so you have advantage, man.
Okay.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah, what's up?
With
I
what's
rolled a
kind
19 on the first one.
with what's kind of going on with the party and the fact that I didn't go with them into the labyrinth.
Yeah.
First off, would it have been wiser for me to go into the labyrinth, or were there other things that me and
what's his name could do?
Yeah, there's other things that you two could do.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm like, is it? Because if I don't need to pull on my Oculus, I would rather just stay on Discord. But I will pull on my Oculus if you'd rather me to.
For the time being, you can just remain on Discord as people are sneaking around. Every so often, I'll cut back to you and Nick and like just kind of go on for a little bit about what you two are doing. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So a natural 19 plus 7 for 26. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. As you begin to follow the footprints, you do see that they turn and they do go this way. Additionally, you actually see another set of footprints meet up with the first and also go this way.
Do we hear anything?
Roll me perception.
Can I make a separate investigation check being ahead of them just so I could see maybe if I know which way I would want to go?
Sure.
You're not gonna stay with the group? I applaud.
It's a perception?
Yes.
I have a +0, so 18.
That will be 8.
You can't really hear anything right now as you're kind of like walking around. You hear like there is a large amount of like mechanical whirring, steam being released and humming coming like echoing through the corridors of the obsidian labyrinth. And it's hard to hear like over that kind of din. So you can't really hear anything. Lazar, with your investigation, you notice that the footprints turn around and go in here.
Remember, check for traps.
Yeah, I had mentioned that I'm checking for traps as I go.
Okay.
Alright. Is there like a door in here that I see?
There is a staircase that descends.
I will wait for the rest of my party.
All right. The rest of you can go around and move your movement speed.
You can get right next to me, Talon, if you do the 30 twice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, go ahead and everyone roll me one last stealth check as you begin to make your way down.
Oh, thank goodness. 27.
30.
It's a 22. Or wait, no, 21.
Oh,
21.
Oh, we're good.
Okay. All right. With that, you all begin to make your way down the stairs.
Oh, of course the stairs go down.
We lost Talon again. Oops.
Talon, no! Whoa. Ah! Is this Minecraft now?
As you guys descend down, you arrive at the very bottom of the stairs and you see a room extending out in front of you. Glowing blocks make up a large portion of the flooring as you begin to see as the map of the obsidian labyrinth does not extend past this point. It sort of ends right here. However, glowing in your hands, Captain Lazar, you look down at the obsidian, like the map, and flashing across it is 30. And that is it. And we'll go ahead and pause right there, and we'll go ahead and jump back to our good friends Savage and Clayton.
What did you say it said? Did you say 30? Like 30?
Like 30, yes.
300,000.
All right, Clayton and Savage, what are you two doing while this is going on?
So what happened?
I just finished my thing last time, so I believe it's Clayton. This one's you.
Okay, sounds good. So, I have.
Free?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys
So I've
are
done
here.
my delegation to the engineer, asking for his discretion, knowing that it very well could be bought, and so I'm hoping that me covering my trail as I did is sufficient for whoever potentially buys his information is at least somewhat coded. From there, I'm going to go off. I'm going to kind of nod, make eye contact with Sauvage, and I'm going to kind of gesture that I'm going to head over to my mother. Is she still there?
She is. She's kind of leaning up against the wall.
Okay. I go up to her and be like, well, dear mother, it has been a very long time. How's father treating you?
Dear Clay. It's been far too long, yes. Things have been well since you have been gone. I guess for the most part, your father has... Well, we're nobles now, and he tends to not go into such angry rages as much before, due to the fact that he is now modicumly wealthy. Yes, it's been quite different since we've been about.
I can see. So, how would you say, scheme his way into nobility?
Well, you know your father. He doesn't talk to me much about his business dealings with other individuals. But what I've been able to grasp and understand is he has struck some sort of business arrangement with Cicero Corinth for firearms of some sort. I do not know the specifics, Clay. I try to avoid it as much as possible.
Of course, Mother. You would never taint yourself with Father's dirty business. I completely understand and respect that. Now, of course, Father has a tendency to liking to show off. By chance, have you, and I don't mean to pry, but have you by chance seen who he invites over for his lavish cocktail parties that I'm sure he throws now?
Go ahead and roll me persuasion, and you can do so with advantage.
Oh goodness, persuasion. +1, let's go. Okay, 12. And yeah, goodness. 12.
12. Clay, I love you. I truly do. But what I have been able to glean from the conversations and the company your father keeps. I would prefer you not to be swept up in what is going on, especially since you hold such precious secrets.
Oh, Mother, nothing of real importance, you know that.
I believe that revolver you hold speaks many different stories than the tale that you seem to be spinning, Clay.
Oh, this has just been a simple chance. I have not been able to duplicate it, and you know that. But
roll me deception.
But no means.
Roll me deception. You have advantage, but roll me deception.
Am I doing good with my performance?
Yes, I think so. It's pretty great, but you do gotta be deceitful to your mom.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking about how I treat people on the doors. Oh, that was almost a 19. Frick. Okay, let's look at the second one. Okay, well, I mean, a 13.
A 13? I will let you keep your secrets and leave it at that.
Fair enough,
Clay,
Mother.
Fine then, keep your secrets.
And then keep your secrets. But Clay, what are you doing here in this city?
Well, I could very well ask you the same.
Trying to make sure your father doesn't do anything absolutely insane. And it's been quite an ordeal to do so.
That I believe without a shadow of a doubt. You have always been so good to him. Better than he ever deserved. That being said, Mother, I'd love to be able to at least see where he is keeping you. I hope that it is everything that you deserve. By chance, when he's not skulking around, would I be able to come and visit you?
I think that is something that we could arrange. I do miss you, Clay, and your positive outlook on life and your ingenious mind of yours. I've missed our long talks about mechanical inventions and the uses of black powder. My boy, it has been far too long.
Well, Mother, maybe by chance I am actually establishing a workshop here in the city. Maybe you could come by and see what I'm working on.
Clay, nothing would do my heart more good than to be able to do that. But I fear that, well, I will give you this piece of information to at least give you some warning.
Aye.
How do I put this? In the early mornings of the day, before they think that I am awake, your father and Cicero Corinth meet in secret and discuss things. A lot of things. And more often than not, I have heard your name come up and talk about a new invention, an idea that you've been having for some time. I fear that they are be careful, Clay. I feel that they will do or go by any means necessary to obtain what is in your brain to be able to use for their own purposes.
I appreciate the warning.
And she'll kind of lean forward and she'll kind of like tap like one very thick, sturdy orcish finger to your forehead. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Of course. I think it may be best then I make my leave. We don't want any of Father's employees skulking around seeing us talk for too long.
I think that is for the best. It was nice seeing you, Clay.
Oh, thank you. By chance, do you have a runner that you could make available so I can keep in contact?
Of course. What is his name? Trent, I believe. A small orcish boy that we've brought with us. He's trustworthy enough. Send for him whenever you would like to speak and we can arrange a rendezvous of some sort. Perhaps cocktails. I do like the Babylonian liquor. It is quite strong.
Maybe it's been a while. Maybe I can keep up with you.
That would be quite impressive, my boy. Well,
does Father still try to do the same? Where he wastes himself quite thoroughly and makes a fool of himself like he's always done? Or has he quit that habit?
These days, he is more drunk than he is not.
No.
Yes. Ever since you left.
Under my breath.
Yeah. I mean, ever since you have left, it put him in quite a state. Not because you left, of course, but what you took with you.
I never belonged to him.
That is... truer words have never been spoken. But I do try to remember the good times. Back when we were younger and you were just learning how to build your machines and mechanical devices. And you first learned, and she kind of chuckles, the first explosive that you made, you nearly leveled half of the house.
This is true. It was a great explosion.
Hopefully, your father will come back to who he once was, and we'll be able to get back to being a family. But I've kept you far too long, my boy. Clay, and she kind of leans down and she kind of gives you like a kiss on the forehead. You be safe. Keep your nose out of trouble, and trouble will tend to avoid you. Very well?
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for our chat.
Of course.
And I turn. I then get eye contact of I'm so sorry.
Savage. Yes.
Savage.
That is me.
We're walking away. I'm going to need help. Cicero is trying to find out what I've been building for these past few decades. And I nod towards my hips for my revolvers.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, we'll just put it simply, not good for the Church of Ash if he gets a hold of any designs. I need only engineers and artificers that the church can truly trust to work under me. Could that be arranged?
As we walk away, I just kind of glance around and chuckle and say, Anything that Cicero disagrees with, I think I can definitely get behind. I will see what I can do, and I will find you some good workers.
Thank you. It's much appreciated. From now on, I will be only making orders through the church as well. Is it true? I look at your robes. Are you now been elevated in position to a bishop?
Yes, I don't really believe it myself, actually, as I shift in my robes. It's a change, but a welcome one.
Well, congratulations, Monseigneur.
Thank you, my friend. Whatever I can do to help the party, as long as it helps the church as well, then it will be done.
Well, we'll just say this. The Grim Avenger and what I'm building is of great assets to the church and any evil that wishes society ill.
Say no more, say no more. I'll do what I can.
All right.
Basically everything that I can think of as of right now.
Okay. As you guys begin to kind of exit the party, as the party does begin to die down, and you all kind of exit down the path and begin to converse about this, you can't help but think about your party members who are currently deep within the obsidian labyrinth and finally have arrived at a very interesting room. We'll go ahead and cut back. All three of you arrive at the bottom of the stairs along this edge of this room.
Having been through this before, do I remember anything as to how I might have gotten through this?
You have not been through this before.
Oh, I have not. I went somewhere else.
Yeah. So you, where you got the map to the obsidian labyrinth was actually Cicero Corinth's private chambers.
That's right.
When did you go to Cicero Corinth's private chambers?
Back a while. It was before I knew you.
So when you were 6 or 7 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Talon?
What, on what we're seeing right now?
Yeah.
Not really. Aside from avoid the red.
I'm just gonna hop on this little thing here
Definitely looks like a...
and see what happens.
As you kind of begin
Should have
to
investigated it before you did that.
you do take a step up onto this. As soon as you step on, all of a sudden you feel jagged, sharp things begin to pierce into your foot as you step on jagged pieces of obsidian that directly slice into the bottom of your foot. You take
I can literally
12
feel that.
points of slashing damage.
That's nothing. That's a paper cut. A very deep paper cut. That should get looked at, actually.
I can literally feel that right now.
At least it's obsidian. That means that it's clean.
True.
Also really easy to break and fragment in your body.
Can Japners get infections?
Can Japanese get infections?
Damn vampires.
Okay, you hop on the wall.
I guess not.
6 points of slashing damage.
Haha, take that paper cut.
I know that you can't talk right now, Levi, but investigation checks really do help. Plus, I mean, is it he has the map out? Are we seeing kind of a? Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I thought
Yeah,
I lost
you hear me
Yeah.
already.
Okay, cool. He has his map out. Are we still able to see somewhat of like a grid here?
No, you are not. The grid comes up to this very edge and then stops. You get the sense that whatever is past this point is actually a recent addition. In Captain Lazar, you kind of like, as you're looking at this, you get the sense that Cicero Corinth knows that you have the map, so this might have been an added measure to potentially thwart you somehow.
Okay. I'm going to not apply pressure, but just kind of reach my foot forward, not on top of like one of these little thingies. Just plain floor right here. Just kind of reach out and touch the floor with my foot.
As you kind of do, you do feel the ridges of the obsidian shards directly in front of you, right here, and like as you kind of go along, you like if you're gonna go like very kind of steadily and begin to kind of feel and stuff, you get like it takes like almost like 10 minutes if you're going like carefully enough. But as you come to this red square, and you can see that it is glowing with this like slight like lava kind of presence, but no heat is coming out from it. And as you kind of put your foot down on it, you are able to not feel anything, and you kind of put your weight down on it.
The lava stones seem safe.
And then as you kind of step on that, again, the map flashes 30. We can go ahead and end the session there for the night.
My dear friends, come here, come closer. Thank you so much. You have watched the video, you made it to the end. Truly, it means so much to us, but we wanted to thank a couple more people. Of course, we thank you. You are one of the greatest people to thank because, quite frankly, we do this for you. This is for you to watch. Other than that, it's just a bunch of friends being idiots together. So, thank you. Obviously, we want to thank the Tavern Tales and Studio Shinto, who they created this beautiful game with all these fun things to play with, and it's a great place for us to come together to play the game we all love. All right, next up, we wanted to thank all of our players for everything that they do, the time that they take out of their day to come here every week and pull off stupid shenanigans like we do. So, thank you to all of the players, and to our DM, of course, as well, Caleb Reynolds. Very good DM. Top notch. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, of course. There's a cameraman here. We are very grateful for our dear videographer, Trevor Jones. Thank you for all you do. There's just so many things. We have a good one. Babies from the Tavern. If you have not seen their channel, they also play D&D in Tavern Tales like us, and their content is perfect. I love it. You should go check them out. We will leave a little link here and down below as well. With that, I think that's all of the thank yous that we have. But just a petite little reminder to subscribe if you are not subscribed, so that you get all of our notifications when we are posting our fun videos for you. And to watch it for the shorts that we will be posting, and then come back here to this video, find the timestamp, drop it in the comments, and we'll give you a little shout out here. So thank you again for everything so much. Goodbye, and we will see you next time on the Arcane World. Bye bye.